Guys, for those that are watching right now, I want to talk to you in a bit more of a one to whatever many people are in here. I want to talk to you guys about the most recent banner. Now, I already had a video talking about this on like a who you should pull, but that was about a month ago. You know, it's been a long time. I want to refresh it, and I'm sure people have some new questions.
Are you tired of losing? Are you tired of losing those 50-50s to bullshit? Well, don't worry, big dog, I got just the deal. Let me show you a popular website that helps gamers buy more for less. Not only can you score games for less, but they've also gotten a partnered top-up services, meaning you can buy your pulls cheaper too.
Oh, that's nice.
On top of that, Anby offers something else I haven't seen any other site do, a 10% cash back with each purchase. Now I get cheaper pulls and my money back. But wait, there's more. Using my link in the description box will get you all set up to start saving more money today. Now get out there and go pull that new character.
Today we're going to talk about this banner, which is wonderful. Doing this is already a huge positive to the game. And I hope that they continue to make rerun banners like this. Maybe not all the time, although I would love it. If they personally made it all the time, bro, I'm M6ing like that every time. But if they don't, let me go ahead and explain for those that might be unfamiliar. I'm gonna address this for two different types of players, okay? There's the paid player, the one that spins, and then there's a player who's free to play. Or free to play or light spender, whatever, right? Point being is that this type of banner is best for every player. The spending player though, this type of banner is absolutely spin. I know I'm the whole like, yo, you're trying to get people some money. I'm literally just giving you guys opportunity cost. If that's what you care about, if you're not someone that cares about spending on gacha games, that's totally cool. Don't like in what I say in one ear, out the other. It doesn't even matter, right? Astra, Anby, such a great little design here. I love it. And then Alice. Why is her so short? That's not fair. Okay. All three of these characters are fantastic pickups right now, depending on the state of your account. I'll try and go through like why you should pull Alice, why you would want to pull Anby, and why you would want to pull Astra. But before we do that, I do need to explain why this is so good in the first place. So not only is this the very first time any Hoyoverse game has ever done this, minus Impact Third. I don't know if Impact Third has ever done this, so I don't want to speak on that, but all the mainstay current modern day gacha games for Hoyo, first time they've done this. You can guarantee get this character. Whatever character is on the banner, you pick one of them, and it's only one out of the three, but that means you can pick it. Guaranteed. There is no 50-50, and the first 10 pull is discounted off. After that, you also get the W engine. Why is this important? Because for those of you that know, and a lot of you guys have been dealing with this, is the new Shield defense requiring 3 teams, not being able to have certain gear, right? You can't share gear, so you need more gear, whatever the case may be. If you're a light spender, this absolutely works in your favor. And it also, if you spend, it applies to this spending event as well. So you have a lot of free buy one, get one stuff available to you, okay? Now, if you get stuff super early, that's even better. I see it right there. I got Astra with the first 10 pull. That's crazy, yo. Good job, Cervinsky. Great RNG on that fact, right? But this sets you up immediately. So that's why somebody who spends would want to spend on this banner. Now, if you don't spend, but you're thinking about it, I mentioned in a couple of my videos last week, this is the perfect time to spend exclusively on this banner. Again, if that's not something you're into, you don't have to make a fuss about it in the comments. No one's forcing you to do anything, and no one's trying to convince you to do anything. I'm just explaining the opportunity cost at hand. Let's go back to this banner and let's talk about why these characters would be valuable. Off rip, I'm going to start off with the one that has the least value currently on the banner, both W engine wise and character wise. And that character is Astra. I know a lot of you guys hear that Astra is the best thing, or she was the best thing for free-to-play players. She's the best support in the game, which, to be fair, she is absolutely one of the best supports in the game, especially if you're running an attack comp or even a rupture comp, right? Because all she does is buff. There are no debuffs in her kit. She just gives you more attack, sure, more crit damage, absolutely. Like, she buffs, that's it. She also makes it so that you can play quick swap with her quick assist natively and essentially removes herself from the battlefield. Really good. A couple reasons why I'm saying that she is no longer, or rather she is currently the worst option out of the bunch. And again, worst option out of top tier options. Let's make that very clear, okay? Worst option does not mean she is bad. She's all of a sudden tier 49, right? No, clean your ears out, okay? She, out of all of the characters, all three of these characters are top tier. They are all within a top 5 category, arguably top 3. top 3 attack DPS, top 3 anomaly DPS, top 3 support, okay? All 3 of these characters are top 3 in some way, shape, or fashion. So let's make that very clear. But out of the 3 that you can pull from right now, Astra has the least pull value. Why? I'll take you guys into my actual account so you can see all the different agents that we have available to us. Right now, if we're looking at support, we have Lucia, we have Yuzu, we have Astra, Sokaku, Lucy, Nicole, and Rena. We're gonna focus on just these 3 for now. At one point, Astra slotted in for everybody's best in slot, right? As a support, she just buffed up everything. Right now, not so much the case. What's actually happening here is a lot more teams, so Rupture, prefer Lucia. Not just Lucia, by the way, but now we have Zhao. So now you have another contender. You have Zhao and you have Lucia. Both of these characters are slotting in for alternative teams. Lucia's being best in slot for a lot of the Rupture agents. Zhao being an alternative that's free compared to you spending up to 80 pulls to get Astra. Keep that in mind. 80 pulls, free. 80 pulls, free. And so the trade-off here, you're trading off her quick assist playstyle. You're trading off a little bit more attack. All of them use free W engines, so the W engines don't really matter right now unless you just want to shoot for it because it's guaranteed, but Astra's has the lowest value anyway, so you don't need it. 80 pulls for a little bit more. I'm just going to round the number off because I don't know an actual number here. 80 pulls for like 2% more performance or damage or buffs versus free. The opportunity cost is too large. Now, this will, I'll bring it back. I'll circle back around to Astra in a bit for like Mindscapes, but right now, just at a base level of M0, this is explaining why she has the least value right now. Anomaly teams who would benefit from Astra, guess what? You should just save whatever you're going to be pulling for Yuzuha. Yuzu is going to be your best option for your anomaly agents. You also have options like Sokaku. Then we get into, I guess now we're here, the free-to-play options, Nicole and Sokaku. Mono Ice, Yuzu Ice, you're looking at Sokaku. Anything else, you're looking at Nicole. Even on Pridewind, which is catered towards the more like average or casual player, Nicole is constantly being compared to Astra. Not because they provide the same buffs, but because they provide close to the same value at that level. Hey, I want to clear. My goal is to clear in-game. My goal is to beat this challenging content. Is Astra required? And the answer is no. You have a Nicole. Every single player in the entirety of Zenless Zone Zero's player base has a Nicole for free. You don't need an Astra. You have never needed an Astra. Astra has just been a super convenient pull. Moving on from that fact and going into the next character, Anby, second best attack DPS in the game. Her potential one completely reworked and fixed her issues. There's not a single issue that I can even remember old Anby having that the new reworked Anby, the new remodeled Anby has. In fact, this character might be the perfect attack DPS in the game. Might be. I have to think about it, but I don't want to think about it right now. So I'm going to say might. Would it be worth picking up Anby for your attack DPS? Nuance, 2 things with that. Number 1, it would be worth it if you don't go for Ye Shun Wang, which would be a little silly if you don't, but there are a lot of people who just don't like Ye Shun Wang, whether that be the character, whether that be the story, whether that be the gameplay. So in the event you don't like Ye Shun Wang, the second best attack DPS in the game is Anby. Now, some of the issues that you might run into with Anby is that Anby is a very expensive character or agent to build around. Let's talk about that, right? So Anby, being an attack agent, she's gonna want someone who's gonna help her stun fast and someone who's gonna want support. But let's just skip all that. You want Orphe, and you want Orphe's engine. This is an expensive pickup. That is what, 80, 160? If you lose again, that is 240, 320, somewhere around that ballpark, right? About 300 pulls worth for just a single character at the worst opportunity possible, right? Like the worst outcome, about 300 pulls worth because Anby wants it. Now, Orphe is an amazing pickup for all attack agents, period. So like, absolutely. But if you don't already have Orphe and you decide you want Anby, you need to be prepared to pick Orphe up. It doesn't matter when she comes out. It doesn't matter how long she comes out. It doesn't matter if she comes out next with Arya. You need to be able to pick up Orphe, and you need to guarantee that you're getting Orphe with her engine. You don't really, I don't want to tell you need her engine, but you want it. You really fucking want it, okay? And like, I'm almost willing to say you need her engine. You could get away with not having her engine, but it makes it's way easier to build her and operate. That's all I'm gonna say with that one, right? And it's guaranteed with Sanby because you also want Sanby's engine. Sanby is less reliant on her engine than Orphe is more reliant on her engine. I think I said that sentence right, but we're going there. You said, why not Seed? Because Seed does not provide Sanby what she wants. Seed is basically an Astra that does damage. Orphe is an Astra and a Seed that does damage, provides Sanby being the only Aftershock DPS in the game. She gives her the Aftershock buff, and she helps shred the Aftershock defense. Exclusively for her fire stuff, right at M0 with her engine. But you get what I'm getting at. Not only that, but because Sanby in her kit, Sanby buffs up Aftershock damage as well. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they did change it. When marked with a Silver Star, damage from allies' Aftershocks build Silver Star charge on the enemy. Then, when an ally is afflicted with Silver Star, they take additional crit damage from Aftershocks equal to 30% of Soldier Zero Anby's crit damage. If I'm not mistaken, let me double check. Potential turns this to all allies. Yes. So when you unlock P2, which is why I was saying earlier, like potential Sanby is cracked. This turns it, that buff that was only applied for Sanby, everyone who does Aftershock damage gets the buff from Silver Star now. So when you have an automated team, to this day, the best team in the game, and when I say team, I mean legit team. I'm not talking about just raw damage. I'm talking about the function of the team, the definition of team, who plays the best together. All of these players perform at their most optimal on the team. The best team in the game is still Obel Squad. It is still Sanby, Trigger, and Orphe. That is still the best performing team in the game, team-wise. I won't say performing, best functioning team in the game. That is what I'm trying to say. So when you combine the fact that Sanby is doing a ton of damage, you combine the fact that Trigger is naturally stunning easily on her own, she's applying defense shred as well with her engine, and she's also doing a ton of damage, and she's applying the stun damage multiplier all the time outside of a stun and inside of stun. Then you have Orphe, who takes advantage of all of that just like Sanby does, and she's also buffing up their own Aftershock damage, her crit damage and stuff like that, and giving everyone an attack boost equivalent to what Astra will be doing. The team is golden. Again, Kimbu, I already explained it earlier about, like, you asked about why not Seed instead of Orphe. The same thing applies. Seed is not the same character as Orphe at all. I tried to make that very clear whenever I made my videos about why you should pull Seed or Orphe. And I talked about, like, I really honed in on why Orphe was such a cracked character for the foreseeable future for attack comps. They're not the same. They don't apply the same things at all. This doesn't make Seed bad, but they're not fulfilling the same role. Especially when you consider Sanby. Sanby is an Aftershock DPS. Basically, the equivalent of what you're asking me is like, hey, there's a Yuzuha, right? Why would, like, you're asking me, hey, how come you're using Yuzuha instead of Astra? Wouldn't Astra also work with Alice? Wouldn't Astra also work with Miyabi, right? That's what you're asking me. And like, yeah, she will absolutely work with them. But Yuzuha is giving the same or similar buffs that Astra is giving, and she's giving exactly what these characters want, which is that anomaly bonus. She's giving them the anomaly buffs they want. So in Sanby's case, she is the only Aftershock DPS in the game. The only Aftershock buffer who also does damage and benefits from Sanby is Orphe. Going back to why we're talking about this, I'm using all that to explain why she's phenomenal, but she's expensive. You meant Seed, Orphe with Trigger? Still not the best team. Nowhere close to the best functioning team. Great team, but Seed is not on par with Sanby at all. When we're talking about like the functionality of the whole team, Seed is just an attack character who buffs up other attack characters, which is great. Seed is not an Aftershock DPS. So anything that applies Aftershock bonuses, Seed cannot take advantage of. So it wouldn't matter. Her engine, guaranteed. So if you're going for Sanby, I would also say go for this engine. Electric damage bonus, crit damage bonus, another crit damage bonus, and you get the crit damage on top of that from the base stat. It's insanely good. It's just free stats all the way around. But you don't need it. It's a beautiful piece. That's all. You don't need it. Final character to talk about here is Alice. Alice is, at this current moment in time, you could argue if Alice is a better anomaly agent in the current meta of the game than Miyabi. They apply the same concept. Both of these characters have crazy good iframes, great anomaly damage, a wonderful kit, easy to understand for the most part, but a very high skill ceiling to be able to take advantage of. Now, the difference is between Miyabi and Alice, of course, is that Miyabi is focused more around crit. She gets a lot of benefit from the attack styles, crit. She can work with them. Alice doesn't really get that advantage. She's purely anomaly. The developers were not going to make another mistake like that. And at one point, Alice's original build, funnily enough, was a crit build like Miyabi. She was dependent on crit and anomaly like Miyabi. They took it away. They realized their mistake. They said, we can't make another Miyabi. So they made baby Miyabi. They made, you know, like little sister, Miyabi's little sister. That's Alice. So now we're getting here. We're doing everything possible. Okay. Let's say you don't want Miyabi. She's not coming around. You're scared of the game power creeping her or trying to cancel her out, whatever. Your safest anomaly bet is Alice. Now, one of the things that I mentioned earlier about spending, and this part is exclusively for my spenders because it benefits you. It's the same game plan I talked about in my video about helping the free-to-plays and like why they don't understand something. Let's say that you spent for Alice and her engine. Let's just say that you went to max pity and you had to blow the 200. You can now come in here and grab Bernice and her engine for free. Or you can grab Jane and her engine for free. Free being buy one, get one. Like, keep in mind what I'm saying for free, okay? Not like literal free. This gives you a complete team out of the gate. Doesn't matter what the fuck your middle option is. You can play Zhao, you can play Pokra, you can play Nicole, you can play Astra, you can play Lucy. It doesn't matter what the Yuzuha, doesn't matter what the middle option is. You have a complete team. If you are a spender, and that is a key thing that I wanted to talk about this banner, because this banner in particular, while it's great for the free-to-plays, this is so much more beneficial for low spenders. This is the perfect opportunity to just spend a little bit and get rewarded double for what you would do. Same thing with her engine, right? We'll talk about that as well. Best physical engine in the game. That's it. You don't need it, but it's wonderful. Buffs her attack up 30%. Anomaly agents love this. Then gives herself 60 AM off rip, and then she increases her physical damage and assault damage, if I'm not mistaken. Not my bad, just physical damage by 40%. Equipper enters combat, immediately gain 2 stacks. This is a permanent physical damage disc and an anomaly mastery by 60%, always on the board. You don't need it. You could use Weeping Gemini. You could use Fusion Compiler, but massive difference in between using her engine and not using her engine. Then you get into more discrepancies. Are you using Yuzuha? Does Yuzu have her engine? Are you using Bernice or Jane? Do they have their engines? Is Jane M2? Is Alice M1? All these different questions start to apply by just not having her engine. You're taking away that much more power. Even without her engine though, she is still the second best anomaly DPS in the game at this moment in time. So let's wrap this up. If I were gonna prioritize, who would I go for? My first option would be Alice, off rip. Even if I own Miyabi, my first option would be Alice. And I would go for her engine, right? Unless I had Jane's engine, then I guess I try and work with Jane's just to like save some money or whatever. But if not, I would go with, you know, Alice and her engine. If I already own Alice, or I'm preparing for Arya, I know I'm going to get the idols, I would skip Alice and save the rest for Arya. Now, my next option would be Anby. Now, in the event, like I said earlier, you already have YSG. You're pretty much safe to skip Anby. YSG right now is being shielded. She's cracked. She's a stupid character, stupid good, that even if the enemy is weak to electric and it's not weak to physical, YSG still smokes it. She'll still clear it, right? Learn how to play YSG. She'll still like do whatever she needs to. Perfectly fine. She's good to go, which puts you in a situation, especially as a free-to-play player, where you can now skip Anby and you don't have to worry about the electric weakness. However, in the event, there is 3 rooms in Nushiyu defense. We know that. One of them is physical weak and the other is electric weak. You got to figure out what you're going to do. I can't really like answer that for you because we're not in the future yet. We did have a previous room just like that in Shiyu defense. So that's where you saw the Anton clear with Ren and the YSG clear on the first floor. It's up to you guys, right? Play with what you got. Finally, Astra. Astra would be an easy skip for me. The only reason I would pick up Astra is quite literally if I own Evelyn, I own Dylan or Lighter, and I need to complete the Evelyn team. I was able to get Evelyn and a good stunner for her, but I wasn't around whenever Astra was here the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the 9th, right? I wasn't here. That's the only reason I would pick up Astra. Or you already own Astra and you want the M1. Those are the only 2 reasons I would even think about going for Astra. And even then with the M1, you have to weigh it. Is going for her M1 better for your account? Like the way that I think about this kind of stuff, will M1 help you clear or get a kill? Or is it just something you want? Because now you look at, again, opportunity. You're gonna look at it. Would me shooting 80 pulls, if I don't get lucky, right? You go to max pity. Will me blowing 80 pulls for the M1 Astra better my account overall so that I can skip the next 80 pulls worth of saving that I would have to do? That's how I would think about that. But that would be my order. W engine wise, I guess if you weren't going for a character, I don't know. Anby's engine and then Alice's. Don't even look at Astra's. And that would be it. Now, me personally, for my own account, right now, I'm trying to decide if I want M1 Astra or M1 Anby. I don't really need M1 Anby. I want it. I don't need M1 Astra either. I don't even play like my Evelyn team unless I'm recording something for Evelyn. Anby's M1 is okay. Like it's not, you know, this is going to be a huge benefit because of all the buffs she gets for aftershock damage. And with the team I play with Orphe and Trigger, that becomes even stronger. So this is just random damage. It's nice. But I would really want to go, like, I want M2. If I was going to shoot for anything with Anby, I would go for the M2. But I don't really have to do any of that. Anyway, that's it though. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions. I wanted to do this video a lot more open. I didn't want to make this like a full-on recorded video, even though I could have. The reason I wanted to do a lot more open was because a lot of the times there's a lot of things that I want to explain to you guys and I don't want to feel rushed. I want to be able to explain it in a way where you understand it. So I try and break it down as much as possible because a lot of y'all have questions that I can't answer the question after it's already done, right? Like after the video is out, I can't always answer it in the same speed that you want me to. You said, why not Astra's engine? You just don't need it. All it does is give buffs, which is like, it's great. It's a great thing. But when you look at it, right, you could just get Kaboom the Cannon. Everyone loves Kaboom the Cannon, you know? You can just run Kaboom the Cannon, call it a day. Because again, think about opportunity cost, right? You go for Astra's engine and that's what, another 80 pulls. If you go on to max pity, 80 pulls down the drain for Astra's engine. Astra's engine barely gives you a performance increase compared to you using any other engine that increases attack. Because Astra, all you care about is like hitting her stat lines, you know? And getting her skills right. That's really all it is. Hopefully this video was able to answer that for you guys. If not, let me know and I'll do what I can. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let me know if you're going for anything or not. And if you have questions about the whole spinning thing, by all means, let me know that too. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Smell you later. Oh, and use my Anby link. Yeah, do that, okay? Crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. I guarantee you this is either on my, this is my Orphe piece. We're not taking this from my Orphe, okay? So because we're not taking it from my Orphe, now I need a new option, right? Because I can't use this. I can't use that piece on my Orphe.